The New Zealand trip started in Auckland. From the very beginning, I found it hard to believe that I had finally landed in this country that had always seemed so far to me. Already on the way from the airport, I could feel the magic. The scenery did not stop to amaze me, and it was just a fraction of what I was about to see around the country. The first day in Auckland, I went to one of the lookouts, which gave me some of the great views of the city and its landscape. On the way down, I also stopped at the park. Visiting Auckland, however, would not be complete without seeing its waterfront. Although it was pretty windy and even raining in the evening. The next morning, the weather was fantastic, perfect for a road trip. The landscape outside the city is what really is worth seeing. I wanted to see Hobbiton, the famous location used for The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. The weather, however, that day changed in the afternoon and it started raining, but it actually gave me a special feeling while walking through the magical beauty of the farmland. The third day in Auckland, I decided to go to Waiheke Island, which is 40 minutes away by ferry from downtown Auckland. Once on the island, I used the public bus. The bus ride offered a great opportunity to see the stunning views. Waiheke Island offers unspoiled beaches where you can enjoy truly pristine spots, and I took time to enjoy them. Before heading back to the ferry, I walked around Rotorua village. It's an artisan village with lots of shops and artwork. Waiheke Island is a great place for a day trip from Auckland. And like this, I finished my Auckland visit. Rotorua was my next destination, about 3 hours from Auckland by bus. Rotorua is a popular tourist spot and known for its geothermal activity. It features geysers and hot mud pools. I went to Taupo, located in Taupo volcanic zone. It is one of the best places in New Zealand to see the unique geothermal activity and volcanic features. Named as one of the 20 most surreal places in the world, Taupo gives you an incredible feeling just to wander around the natural formations in the park sculpted by thousands of years of volcanic activity. I was also amazed by the bright colors of the pools. The boiling mud pools are a marvel to see indeed. I also visited Lake Tarawera, located on Tarawera Road east of Rotorua City. It was a great opportunity for another short road trip. Lake Tarawera is a picturesque place and is one of the largest lakes in New Zealand. The lake was home to many small Maori villages and mission settlements until the Tarawera eruption in 1886. Lake Tarawera is a deep lake. Any water flowing into it stays there for around 10 years. As you see, Rotorua has quite a few amazing places worth visiting in the North Island in New Zealand. Taupo, my next destination, is a town on the shore of Lake Taupo. Taupo was created nearly 2,000 years ago by a volcanic eruption. It's a nice little town to walk around and enjoy the scenic and tranquil views. North of Taupo, you'll find the spectacular Huka Falls, where more than 220,000 liters of water thunder over the cliff face every second. Lake Taupo also became a place where I tried skydiving for the first time.
Hi Lena!
Hi!
How's it going?
Awesome!
Awesome!
Fantastic! Excited!
What are we doing? Why are you excited?
Wow, we are doing skydiving, right?
Excellent, we are! 12,000 feet, I believe. Here we go!
Yay!
high five, you did awesome.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
And this was my truly unforgettable Lake Taupo experience. Wellington, the last stop in the North Island, was rather a stopover before taking a ferry to move to the South Island. I spent half day walking around the city. Strong winds through the Cook Strait give it the nickname Windy Wellington. The most anticipated trip was to the South Island, and the first spot was a small town Picton, where I arrived by ferry from Wellington. This was also the place I was meeting my travel companion, and from where we started our camper van road trip. We first headed to ABEL Tasman National Park. It's famous for its long trail winding over beaches. It has hiking tracks like the ABEL Tasman Coastal Track, which follows a pristine coastline of extraordinary beauty of clear turquoise bays. We also did kayaking to explore more of the park, but from water this time. We next headed to the Franz Josef and Fox Glaciers, the two famous glaciers in the South Island. Franz Josef is the one that we planned to spend the day at. The glacier is 5 kilometers from the town of the same name. An hour and a half walk takes you to within 750 meters of its face. Quite close. On the way to the glacier, we could enjoy simply marvelous views. The glacier did not disappoint. Sadly, however, recent research shows that New Zealand glaciers will lose about 80% of their area between 2015 and the end of the century due to the rising greenhouse gas emissions. On the way from the glacier, there were some more simply stunning wilderness views to enjoy. It's a rather short drive between the two glaciers, but the scenery as usual was beautiful. The advantage of being on the road trip is that you can stop anytime to take some pictures. When we reached the Fox Glacier area, my friend decided to take a helicopter tour, while I stayed in the area and enjoyed walking around.
I am on the way to Fox Glacier. It's a walkway or cycleway, and it will take around 2 hours. It's about 8 kilometers to walk back and forth. You know, as they say, and I'm here enjoying the day so far. I have to say that while walking here, it just gives an impression that you're so small compared to the Mother Nature. It's just incredible, it really is.
My wilderness walk to and from the glacier was absolutely enjoyable, but I was so ready to have some food and take a rest after the whole day of exploring. The beauty of traveling by camper van is that you can stop pretty much wherever you want to, enjoy the view, cook, and sleep right in the van. Of course, there are also those who prefer to camp. We were slowly heading to Queenstown, in the south of the island. Slowly because we would often stop in different scenic areas to enjoy the views, take pictures, have a picnic, or take a walk.
It's a great walk.
We were approaching Wanaka Lake and Wanaka Town, the last big stop before Queenstown. New Zealand is often referred to as the land of the long white cloud, this kind of cloud I noticed as we reached Queenstown. The town sits on the shores of the South Island's Lake Wakatipu. Queenstown is famous for its adventure sports like skiing, bungee jumping, skydiving. Well, since I had already done my skydiving, I was happy just to enjoy and explore the town itself. We did though climb up the Queenstown hill in order to get some scenic views of the place. That night, we spent at the campsite not far from Queenstown, and I gotta say, it offered some unbelievable scenery. Now, these are truly the moments to live for and make them count. The next morning, we set off to Milford Sound, the last major destination in my travels around New Zealand. It would normally take around 4 hours at least to get there, but of course, with all our stops along the way, we didn't get there until the next day. These were just some random stops along the way.
To share an incredible beauty that I see right now in front of me. Probably in the video it's not so obvious and not so noticeable, but I promise it looks gorgeous. It simply looks gorgeous. So in front of us, these are the mountains, and over there, over here, you could see the snow. Now, also on the top of the mountains over there, over here, yes, you can also see snow. I assume it's really, really beautiful in winter as well, but now it's incredible.
Now you see what I mean when I say it took us longer than needed to get to a certain place. I just wanted to stop everywhere and absorb all the beauty I saw. Fraser's Beach is another great location for some beautiful views. We even ended up making some vegan pancakes there. So beautiful it was. We soon reached the Eglinton Valley, which is one of only a few places in New Zealand with large areas of lowland beach forests. Mirror Lakes are a set of lakes lying north of Lake Darnell. It's a nice place to stop and stretch your legs on the way to the Milford Sound.
Amazing walk in the forest. Again, nobody. Nobody but me and the birds. Look at this. Amazing. Fairyland.
The scenery on the way to Milford Sound is unbelievable. Here are just some of the beautiful locations we passed by. Just before the Milford Road begins its descent into Milford Sound, it passes through the Homer Tunnel, a 1.2-kilometer long tunnel through solid rock. And finally, here's our Milford Sound. We went on a boat trip there to get the best of the place. Well, my friend was diving and I was just enjoying the views. Can you see those cute seals relaxing in the sun? The seals were not the only marine animals I could spot. There were also dolphins.
Yay!
I couldn't stop admiring the place. No wonder different cruise ships put Milford Sound as one of the key places to visit. Seeing Milford Sound was such a wonderful way to end my trip around New Zealand. We left back for Queenstown right after the boat trip, and yet we were for another round of simply magnificent views along the way. I still remember how great it feels to have your coffee in the middle of nowhere while admiring the stunning beauty of the untouched nature. Of course, on the way back, we allowed time to stop wherever we wanted to take pictures and just be there. New Zealand is indeed one of the most beautiful places in the world for me. The 20-day trip around 2 islands was incredible in every way. Thank you, New Zealand, for that time. And I hope everyone who has watched this video has got a glimpse of what New Zealand is like.